Now Bobby Roode, Kenny King. Oh, Kenny King.
Versus the spine
He's
buster.
gonna get Roode bumped.
Oh! MVP cheap shot. Used a crutch to hit Roode in the gut. And Kenny King tosses him and eliminates Roode.
Oh, look at this.
Eric Young. From behind, throws out Kenny King. And now we're down to the final two. Eric Young, Jeff Hardy.
Listen to this.
One of these two men will go on next week to challenge Lashley for the World Heavyweight Championship. When Impact Wrestling emanates from the Big Apple in New York City, who's it gonna be, Hardy or Young?
This place was screaming for Hardy. Hardy. They love EY. They might like Jeff a little more. But they're just happy to see Jeff because they haven't seen him in a long time. And here we go, mutual respect. But this is a huge opportunity. This right here went from a battle royal to a #1 contenders match real quick.
However, it is still over the top rope elimination. It's not about pins or submission, so I know what you're saying. In essence, it boils down to that #1 contender status going to the person who is able to survive.
And you gotta look at EY, in my view, in this moment, the way this thing played out, as the favorite. Because the guy who takes more chances on those ropes is Hardy. So that's where you get chucked over the top. Wow.
Eric went for the hip toss. Hardy lands on the apron. Able to drop down, snap the neck of Eric Young across the top rope.
Again, this is for a shot at Lashley's world title next week.
Hardy continues the offensive attack.
You gotta wonder what Lashley's thinking. He's gotta be, I wonder who he
Whoa,
was.
wow. Upside down in the corner. Strut on the apron by Eric Young. Shoulder block from the outside. Right back in with the clothesline that rocks Hardy. Here comes Eric.
Here comes EY.
Oh, Hardy drops down. And Eric,
he's hanging
he's
on.
close. No.
Oh,
Referee
man.
right on the scene.
Great job
says
by...
his foot did not touch the floor.
Great
but
job.
then Hardy able to drop kick him off the apron. And Jeff Hardy has done it.
Eliminated. Your winner, Jeff Hardy.
Well, at the top of the evening, our executive director in charge here, Kurt Angle, he came out, he told Jeff Hardy, I want to see Jeff Hardy, the guy who comes out here and tears it up, has all the heart in the world. Do we see Hardy? Do we see Willow? We saw Hardy, and now we see the #1 contender for the world title.
And Taz, let's go back. Let's review what we saw here in this 20-man battle royal.
Let's focus, actually, Mike, let's focus on EY and Jeff Hardy and watch what happens. Again, to your point, how to be over the top rope. They exchange moves left and right. Many opportunities. At the end of the day, it ended up Hardy. Somehow, some way, got the win as EY landed on the floor.
We're gonna send it to mid-ring where JB is about to talk to Jeff Hardy.
Ladies and gentlemen, your new #1 contender for the heavyweight championship of the world, Jeff Hardy. How does it feel?
It feels great. Bethlehem, bad hair and all. It's okay, you know why, creatures? Because I'm your next world heavyweight champion.
Jeff, I gotta ask you, Bobby Lashley, very tough competitor. You get him in the ring next week.
Bobby Lashley is extremely tough, but I can get extremely rougher than most. So next week, creatures, here we go again.
World Heavyweight Championship title match, Jeff Hardy versus Bobby Lashley, next week on Impact.
Well, wait a minute here. Taz, we may not have to wait until next week because here comes the Destroyer. Here comes the World Heavyweight Champion, the one-of-a-kind Lashley.
You're not kidding, Lashley. One of a kind. He might not want to wait till next week. Check this out. Tell you what, Jeff Hardy, charismatic enigma right there. Looks like he's gonna get an up close and personal look at what he has to deal with next week.
Wow, check out that visual as Lashley and Jeff Hardy come nose to nose and face to face.
Jeff Hardy, you better bring your A game next week, baby. You're dealing with the world champ. And Lashley, you're dealing with the charismatic enigma. You never know what could happen.
It's 1 week from tonight when Impact Wrestling emanates from New York City. You can't miss Jeff Hardy challenging Lashley for the World Heavyweight Championship.